All right, we are here at the BAMC Showcast recording live at Coffin Comics Sworn Fest. Bit of outlaw production here, all kinds of background noise, but we'll see how it works out. My guest at this time is fellow fiends, comic creator. She's the writer, creator, interior artist for Naughty Faeries Stripper Assassins, the Sireness, Ginger Snap, Naughty Faeries Wrestling, Luna Tales, and variant cover artist for numerous other projects and Kickstarter campaigns. Did I forget anything else? Gobblers, that's right, the board game Gobblers. My guest, Wendy and Shaner, and her husband, legendary meme lord, support staff, the man who I may set the world record for Facebook bans. You see, Bill Shaner in the house. How you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Thank you for coming on board. This is awesome. Now, you guys flew in. You guys flew in from California with last night, or I'm sorry, Thursday night.
We flew in Friday.
Yeah, we did about one.
Yeah, I should preface we're at Mesa, Arizona, Coffin Comics Sworn Fest event here, supporting Coffin Comics, Brian Polito. So, I first got into Wendy's project because there's another coffin artist who's here, David Harrigan. He posted Instagram one time, I think it was Facebook, and he said, "Hey, there's a campaign I did a cover for," and it was Naughty Faeries #1. And I said, "Oh, I checked it out and I backed it." And then that was, I want to say, fall of 2018. And then Fiend Fest, which was this event used to be called in 2019, you posted like a sneak peek for the backers like the Thursday prior, like a day or two prior. And I met you that Saturday through Harrigan because you posted a picture of you and Harrigan at his booth. So, I got to meet you that side. I didn't get to meet Bill in person until a couple years, I guess it was 3 years later, 2022. And I hung out with you guys at your booth in Tucson Comic Con in 2022. I just want to ask questions to get to know the whole process because you guys are obviously lifelong comic book fans. Bill, your tattoos speak for themselves.
Yeah, I've been collecting, since my teenage years, since I had a job and buy books on my own. I had a car, go around town, do every comic book shop that there was. And it started with X-Men, and then there was that paper thing where I walked into Fox Comics and I saw my first Lady Duck. So I was hooked from there.
Now, what years is the Chaos era, I assume?
It was 94.
Okay, so right in the beginning of Lady Death.
Yeah, right at the beginning of Lady Death. And I did pull out cable turning in for Chaos, anything before that. I literally lost being and saw Lady Death to the left turn and said, "What the hell is that?" And I picked up the book, brought it home, and my old man was like, "Wow, comics has changed." So, it's been that long.
Yeah. So, Wendy, how did you first get into comics?
So we were at the comic book shop, and I started looking around at different books, and it was, I don't know, it was a couple of years after we were married.
Well, yeah, it was, once the kids got grown, we got married really young, so we didn't have a lot of money. So the comic book thing for me died out. But once we got settled, we went to San Diego Comic Con. I think it was about 2009. And she got to see the culture and what it was about. Everybody's really cool, and just the amazing art, and a lot of the artists are just cool people, like Brian Polito, nicest guy on the planet.
Definitely.
And so she kind of got booked. We sat in on a panel called Chuck, the TV show, and she watched that. "Oh, what is this?" And we just slowly but surely started going to more convention and having our own favorites. And I started collecting the Black Cat, and then still picked up Lady Death. But we started, I was looking good and going 50-cent shows, art shows, taking my big page books, anything we could, and working there.
And then I was in love with Dick back in the.
He was definitely my first love.
He was my first. And then just being involved in the community through Bill, then I was like, hey, I'd always wanted to write, and I found through comics I could do my own stories, and I figured out a way to do my own artwork, and figured out how to start a work of kind of like.
Well, let's preface this real quick. You're a school teacher. That's your day job, right?
Right. So, it was about 6 months. I went from having my story written to having it created and the interiors done. I spent the entire summer.
She literally,
working on that. It was pretty intense. So I just spent a lot of time. I had a really rough school year. So
I
it
can
was kind of a
imagine. Yeah.
therapy too, because that first book is really dark.
So it's almost it's like your teacher. I assume you're off in the summertime.
Right.
It's like, okay, summertime, trying to write. Is that time?
When I started, yes. Now I write all the time, and I just dedicate a few hours every night to my comics. So whether it's doing Kickstarter stuff, whether it's doing artwork, talking to artists, I dedicate time every day for that specifically. So my day job to ensure those requirements are met. And then I get to do the passion project.
But how did you know? Like, okay, so like when you came with the concept, Naughty Faeries Stripper Assassins. I mean, that's an eye grabber. It's like, he's like, holy shit, what is this? That's like that's an awesome title. But like, what a brainchild here. How did you go from like? I guess walk me through the process. Like, I assume through Bill, you knew artists or people because I mean, you write this comic, you do all your interiors, and then you talk to other variant cover artists such as David Harrigan,
Right.
who's here, Ryan Kincaid, who's here.
David Harrigan and Ryan Kincaid were on my first book. Tone Rodriguez was also on there, and me, I actually colored his cover. So I had those three, and then I had a couple like Jen, what's the cover it is, and printed them. So there was only like these covers in the first book. I kept it really small, but it was such a blessing because my friends who I had met through the comic community was like, absolutely, you're doing your first book, I would absolutely help. So
That's awesome.
I had really great support. And they're like, you're doing it? Awesome. I'm yes. It wasn't a question of, oh, are they going to do it? They were like, absolutely. Just tell me what you want. And I said, do whatever you want. You make it, this is what it is. And that's how we got started.
What's cool I love about the indie Kickstarter world, it's more friends and family.
Absolutely.
Like when I hear Smart Fest, people say, oh, it's a Comic Con. I was like, well, technically, but at this point, it's like a family reunion. It's just a group hang. You all know each other for years now.
Yeah, no, and this is such a great venue. It's so much fun. And being able to see the crossover between, like, I saw more people here that are fans of both, they're part of the Sworn Nation, but they're also Naughty Faeries.
Yeah.
So I got to hang out with people that I haven't seen.
Notice my shirt? I changed my wardrobe for this.
Look at that. It's fantastic. I wish you guys could see this. This is amazing. So, it's just, it's such a tight-knit community, and everybody is so supportive. And the indie community is very supportive of each other. I've backed, I don't know how many hundreds of Kickstarters before I even got involved in making my own. And I cross promote, and I've done that since I started.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, like Wendy was like probably one of, if not the first, to do the cross promotion on Kickstarter. Like, say you back Naughty Faeries, then you back Lulu Diminish, you get like in Kickstarter you have stretch goals, where it's like, say the goal is 5,000, get the book printed. You reach 6,000, then you unlock a free button. The 7,000, a free sticker, and it can be various items. Wendy is very overly generous with her items. She has challenge coins, she has poker chips, digital wallpapers, prints. Bookmarks. Yeah. Patches. I'm rocking an name pin right now. Here's over here.
Yeah. I keep coming up with new and stretch goals and just ways to really, it's my way of thanking backers for supporting and just showing my appreciation. If you got the benefits, my projects wouldn't be as successful. I couldn't do what I do.
Mummy's absolute favorite thing to do is give those away.
I've noticed that.
I do. I like packaging everything because it's like I make gifts for each one of the dogs.
Tell me at Tucson 2022, you told me the only thing you did not make yourself was Naughty Fairy money. Everything else you handmade yourself.
I make the magnets, I do the stickers, because they're all made by the metal bookmarks are made by me, the metal prints are made by me. I've just learned how to do stuff in-house. So one, it maximizes what I can do for backers and give them more value. And it fulfills that creative part of me at the same time. And I feel that when I do my projects, I put so much love into it because I literally
she really does
putting love into it.
She's glowing right now, just watching her talk.
I'm glowing. I can feel it.
No, but sorry, you were the first one. Like I said, like was it you and Luis or Codex Comics? You did you did the Back My Campaign, Back Kitchen, you'll get this joint stretch award.
Yeah.
You did it with Karen Nicole for Fire Bitch. And
Yep, I've done it with CBZ.
That's right.
For Scorpion.
I love that comic. That's a good one.
So, and I've done it for just people that are like, hey, want to cross the mountain, see if we can, let me share my project out with your supporters, and your supporters will see my project.
Yeah.
It's just a way to help grow our community.
And if you already support all of them, it's extra free stuff you already get because you already backed it.
Right. And it's just another free thing, and it really is just bringing the community tighter together.
Now, what I loved, a while back, you did the Comic-Con Unity. Now, what this was, it was 3 companies, including you had Naughty Faeries, it was the Sireness from Naughty Faeries.
Yep.
And you had, I'm blanking. You had Catnip from
TikTok.
Yeah, sorry.
CB Zane had
Mighty Might. And it was 3 companies, 3 new characters all in one book. And that was one huge Kickstarter campaign, which is pretty cool. And that Facebook group is still active to this day. That's one of the better ones, actually.
Yeah.
For Kickstarter Indies.
That's fun, yeah. The Comic Unity, there's a Facebook group that's still live. And it's great because if you are running a Kickstarter project, you can go on there, join the group, and you can promote through there, and it reaches a different audience to make it what you have access to.
Yeah. And like you said, it's all about like friends and sharing your campaigns. And you talk about when you first started out, like Harrigan and all them whatnot, they helped you out. This, oh yeah, we're doing no problem. And like I said, like I only heard about you because to me, I'm a late bloomer to Lady Death. I discovered her in 2017. My buddy Lost went to Albuquerque Comic Con. He goes, oh yeah, I want to meet Brian Pulido. I was like, yeah, who is that guy? And he schooled me. So that year I met him. I got in this whole coffin world. And then a couple months later in El Paso, we had the Comic Con there, our small Comic Con. Well, Big Dog Inc. Tom Hutchison was there. So I got to Penny for Your Soul. And then like that May, I was like, I took my kids live in San Diego. We went to Comic Con Revolution, Ontario. And that's when I met Joel Gomez. And then I was, because Brian had given me like was 10% off coupon. So rather than back Kickstarter, I started buying all these back issues and use the coupon. And I met Joel that May, and that June was my first any kind of Kickstarter, not just comic. My first Kickstarter was that Third Lamorta book in May of 2017. And now I own way too many books and way too many different campaigns.
So deep now.
I know. No, but I was saying, when you do different variant covers, you learn when you follow an artist you like, you see what they work and you get other things. Like I was following Harrigan, and that's how I discovered you guys.
Right.
And then I discovered so many people just between you and Steph Wilson, all the different variant covers.
Oh yeah.
But who's this? Oh, Wendy's got a cover. Okay, that's why I'm being notified. Like
yeah, Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann. I've been working with them for 3 years now.
And you guys just did a poker deck campaign.
Yes, we just finished up our poker deck. The Naughty Fairy Comic Con World Strip Poker Tour was what that one was, and which is pretty cool because that's our 4th one. We started in 2020 in January 1st, and that was our first virtual Comic Con, and then we had the shutdown in March. Yeah. So, and I was already fulfilling in March, so people were getting packages of Naughty Fairies Comic Con stuff as the whole world was shutting down.
It's crazy because you had companies like Naughty Faeries were fulfilling Kickstarter campaigns, didn't miss a beat. Like Brian Pulido, he fulfilled his Kickstarters, but he couldn't get in the stores because Diamond was shut down. So the indie guys are rocking and rolling, and then the mainstream is like, oh, what do we do?
We figured it out. We don't have a choice. Yeah. We have to. I feel as indie creators, you have to work twice as hard to make sure that you're meeting your obligations to get it out to people. There's no excuses.
The product is twice as good. Everybody complains about the mainstream stuff, not being up to par. You read current DC and Marvel books, and the stories are subpar. The indies are always trying to do better. They need the readers, so they're working harder than every industry, and that comes down to fulfilling and getting about sellers. Like what you said, there was no option. We had to get these out because your main is based on the product, and you're not putting things out for months and months at a time. The community's not very large, so if it's that quick, if you're not pulling out performing books,
we're not going to name names, but we know a couple of those.
Absolutely.
It happens, and it gives the rest of us a backing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that get burned on Kickstarter and then don't want to go and support those indie creators that are fulfilling because they're like, I don't trust it. But, if you do your due diligence and you research, it says.
And what's bad is that if that's the first campaign you back, the total bust, it's like it leaves such a bad taste, and it really hurts the entry as a whole.
It does. So, I really pride myself on my reputation, and the people that know me and work with me, you know, I think, and I surround myself with people who want to keep. And I think that makes a difference. So your reputation isn't just yourself, but it's who you surround yourself with, because that makes a difference.
And communication is key.
And
Like
I do that.
you've never had this issue. Let's say something happens. Say you had a medical issue or something, which has not happened with you, but I know you from personal experience. You're like, oh guys, I'm sorry this came up. I'm running a little behind, but A, B, C, D, and E, and you keep your back in the loop.
Communication is key. You have to be able to communicate and say, look, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. You know, and I think being open and transparent definitely makes a difference. But you don't do that, you're blowing trust. Your backers are giving you money, believing in your project, and you have to fulfill those obligations. There's just no question.
And Wendy's always big on quality control. I used to joke online, Wendy's packages are damn near bulletproof. You could drop those things off a building, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, to me, that's like, it doesn't matter how good your product is. If it gets their bent in half, then it's not worth anything, and they're going to end up having to reship it. So do it, package right. You know, Bill has trained her in the ways of packaging, and like because that's what I helped him do in at his place of business a few years ago. And so from that experience, like Bill is really taught me, like, okay, you cannot package it this way. It has to be like this. And it has stuck with me because I don't have packages come back all thinged up. I don't have stuff that's destroyed. Things have been run over. It's, you know, there's tire tracks going across the box.
I remember you pulled that was a couple of years ago. I remember that.
Yeah,
That's probably longer than that.
look it out and I go, there was not a ding on it, and it scored a 9.8 rating. So I really pride myself, and it makes me, that's like one of my badges of honor. Now that I say that, you know, knock on wood, something awful's going to happen. But, you know, I
I'm
really
sure you have a
believe
contingency
that
plan because
if you,
in case something does go wrong.
yeah, I mean, you plan for that too. You know, things happen and they're out of your control. But if you're first customer service, if you are absolutely, I will take care of this. I will make sure this doesn't happen again. Thank you for letting me know so that I can make X, Y, and Z changes. But there is a problem. I really think that backer feedback was important. And your quality control, your customer service, it all leads to success.
We've all gotten that bad book from the Kickstarter that meant well, and just then it turned you off.
Yeah.
You know, you hesitate to give them a second chance, and you know, you don't want to put your pizza through them. So the more you protect your books, you know, it might be a pain in the butt to unpackage it, but at least the product is getting there in good shape. You know, it's worth a few extra cents. It really isn't that much more expensive.
Yeah, I agree. And don't ship media mail in a flat envelope. Don't ship your comics.
There was one creator, like he had a bunch of extras, but then the thing came back all messed up. But I messaged him, and to his credit, like he gave me a new one, boom. And I was like, that sucks, man, because I can't. And I wasn't the only one that had the issues. Like, dude, this guy ate it. I mean, he fulfilled his custom, couldn't have me, but that mistake, that like I said, cutting corners, that cost him so much.
It does.
And it was either eat the money or have a bunch of pissed off people who are going to talk shit never back to me again.
Right,
You know?
and you don't want that ever. And that's a reputation, because this is what product your backers receive. That is a reflection of you. That is a reputation. Flat out. If you put crap out, they're going to view you that way. But if you put out high quality work, you're open, you're communicative, you're answering and responding to emails and messages. See you in the morning and data. You know, that makes a difference, because I've got people from all over the world who message me at all times of day, and I don't sleep. So, you know, that makes it easy to answer those emails.
Because I was like, let me message right before I forget. And then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh, damn, she saw it already.
Yeah, I'm definitely near my phone, because you know, I need to be accessible for those things that come up, whether it's good, bad, different.
And she means it. We'll be sitting there watching a movie. She's like, I gotta go. Pause the movie. She's got to go answer some email and stuff, which is great. No problem with it. But it's funny how she's on top of it. Like everything stops to help that customer.
Yeah.
I take it seriously.
I love how everyone jumps in. Like your artist list, I mean, you had a few to begin with, but then it's like blown up. And then the cosplayers, you have both the professional cosplayers and the fans. You know, like you have your Karen Nicoles and your Morgan Baileys.
Yeah.
And then you have like Haley Anderson. Shout out to Haley Anderson.
and the Sarah Hepler, Marcia Phillips, Tana Post. I've had the girls with them, December Lace.
Oh, in December.
Yeah, I did Sarah. Yeah, I mean, and that is such a special thing in my heart because they were fans, they were supporters. I brought them in, and they have just done an amazing job, and they're so sweet and so adorable. And
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you debuted Sireness, like Haley's cosplay debut with the issue. Am I remember that correctly, or is my timeline?
yeah, no, that was her debut, and like her covers were incredible. All the books, all of the books. I can't think in them.
I was joking there because
it's always Haley's butt.
yeah. Well, because Sireness #1, it's a musician, it's a singer.
Yeah.
And Wendy's asked to put me in one of her books. I thought I was gonna be like a face in the crowd or something. I ended up being the bass player. So I joked like, "Yeah, what's your bass player? Yeah, for one page." And then when Wendy was all nice to put me to Naughty Faeries Wrestling again, I thought I was gonna be a face in the crowd. And she go, "Hey, I have an idea for it." And then you sent me what you drew. I was like, "Okay, never mind. That's awesome." I'm like the me and Gene Oakley of Naughty Faeries World. And now here I am doing a podcast interviewing. So
Awesome.
Sireness #1 was the prophecy of me interviewing people. So it's all Wendy's fault. Blame her.
It's my name. It's my fault. I'll take the credit. It's okay.
But actually, with that campaign, the Sireness, she did like a whole world tour, like a music thing.
Yeah.
And she had these like stickers, but they were like mock like gold records, and you had the tour laminates. Is just the amount of extras was just crazy. It was awesome.
That was so much fun.
She had a group photo, so everyone bring like your 80s photo, whatever. Well, I did a more modern one, but it was me with my bandana, my bass guitar, and it was like a big collage of all the fans. Like it was awesome.
It was so much fun. Yeah, the Rockin' Wall, the Rockin' Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And there was backers submitted photos from them in their teenage years or whenever, involved in concerts and tours. And, I had people who were in bands that were fans. I had people who were at concerts. I had people who were just like dressing the part. It was so much fun.
Yeah, mine was like a picture of an open mic in a small bar.
That's awesome.
I also want to thank you because in that first Comic-Con Unity, you put you shout out my cover band at the time. You said music by Last Call, El Paso, Texas. Like that is so badass. And then D-Dog, who's standing around, you had D-Dog's challenge coins.
Yep.
And if you're friends with people in the community, you see these little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others, but
I had so many. Speaking of,
there she is. Speaking of the devil, we're talking shit about you on the air. The infamous Sarah Hepler is in the house.
Say hi, Sarah.
We're doing a podcast.
We'll find her Martha's.
All right.
Love you, Sarah.
Yeah. We all love Sarah.
We love Sarah. Bye, honey.
I don't know. Instigation wise, I don't know who's worse on the message boards. Her or Haley. They're both pretty equal level.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
And I enjoy them.
We all have a very loving, like friendly rivalry on the Sworn Nation fam, and probably other places too, but mostly Sworn Nation.
Yeah.
Like she's like Queen Hell Witch, and then we all love to talk shit back and forth.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's all in good fun.
And it's amazing because like Haley, I did not know it was from Sworn through Bill that her and I actually connected. It's really good story. Because you were trying to help me find, you were looking for cosplay. And it was Danny Goodwin.
Danny DeMine, yeah. She's IG girl and all that. She's really pretty. And I was reaching out to a few people trying to see if they'd be willing to, take pictures or whatever. And, it's always weird for the guy to do it. So I was somehow to talk to this person, talk to that person. And it was.
You don't want to come off that way, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be that. And then this Haley, I saw her do some work on some other things. So talk to Haley and see if she's interested in it. Just kind of rolled from there.
So it ended up being Haley. Her and I were talking, and I said, "You know what?" I said, "Why don't you do it? Do you want to do a cosplay?"
Hey, real quick, what year was this? Like 2019, 2020?
Was it 2020?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but none of us ever met Haley in person to this event. Am I correct? Yeah.
Correct.
She was supposed to be here 2 years ago, but I think it was Australia locked down again because of COVID.
Exactly. So with it was during time because she was locked down and couldn't shoot.
Yeah, and what it was is Haley was actually fronting she was the go-to person for Danny at that time. That's how
That's how that started.
So I
Yeah.
was talking to Haley, and then Haley just became the person who did taking pictures.
Yeah, because well, and I, how can you not love her?
Yeah.
She's adorable. So her and I would be talking, and we were coming up with ideas, and then because they were in the lockdown, Australia's lockdown was a lot more intense than what we were
Yeah.
dealing with here. They couldn't go out after certain times of the day, so it was really restricted on when she could get her suit done.
That's crazy.
So when her and her husband were able to go and do the suit, she sent them to me, and I think I had images edited and put together covers within 3 days. Like we really worked hard to get those done, and they're phenomenal. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, they're free. I have them on the Naughty Faeries list.
Now, do you have any more? Well, without spilling any details, dude, I'm not asking for details, but do you have any projects that are coming up? Like a simple yes or no. That's what.
Yes, I do, and
I'm not trying to spoil anything.
I can give you no. I can tell that we have Gobblers 2 coming out, and that's a Steph Wilson, Carrie Ann, and myself. That's a collaboration between the three of us. And then we are, Carrie and I are still working on another project that we have not set a date for.
Now, when did you first meet Carrie Ann and Steph in person? Because you guys are in Southern California. They're like in
Yes.
Maine, right?
They are,
And you and Carrie
they're
Ann are
Cape
super
Cod,
tight. Yeah.
Massachusetts. Yeah. So I reached out to Steph for Naughty Faeries 3, so 4 years ago. And I said, I actually needed another cover. And it was just one of those things. I started seeing his stuff all over, and I said, hey, Steph, can you put together a cover for me? He got it whipped out and I did. And I had it colored, and it was on my campaign because it was like the last week and a half of the campaign, and I just needed another cover to produce because I didn't have very many at that time. And so he put that cover together, and then I started working with him. Carrie Ann started coloring within 6 months after that. And then Carrie Ann and I became really close. And I mean, I was talking to Steph and Carrie Ann forever, and I didn't get to meet them till Baltimore the next year. So that was
Is that right?
2021, I think,
Okay.
is when I actually got to meet them in person.
So I remember you guys posting photos on Facebook. Again, the timeline all
Yeah, it
jumbles
was
in
like
my head.
2021. We met for the first time in person in Baltimore, but by then we were video chatting.
I talk every day.
We both times a day. Like, oh look, I took a picture of a carrot and have to send it to you. Wait, let's talk about the carrot. Hang on this video chat. Like we talk all the time.
Now, Steph has a very unique art style. I really
Yes.
dig it.
Yeah.
And like, so one of my favorite covers, actually, my favorite cover he did was yours, the Las Vegas 2022 exclusive Axl Rose one. That's, well, go figure. But
It's beautiful.
yeah,
Oh,
because I bought one of his that was not really the Demon, it's the other one, Ace and Starlight. I had that cover.
Yeah.
And all the other ones I bought were only Naughty. I had that and a bunch of Naughty Faeries. That was it. But I finally started collecting other covers of his.
Yeah.
And his stickers are amazing.
Well, we just they did their 300 cover with Naughty Faeries. It was their 300th published cover, and it happened to be a Naughty Faeries book that we printed it on. And so they're working on like 300 and I want to say 25 right now, and that's in 3 years. So they haven't even. So we are hot enough when the three of us are together, causing havoc.
Yeah.
Because like we'll have our virtual staff meeting via Zoom. And there's times where, Steph just goes, I'm protecting you. And he'll just like walk away. Because Carrie and I will just start on a tirade. And he's just like, where are these ideas coming from? You guys are not allowed to talk.
And this is all online for the most
This
part.
is all online, all Zoom,
They
because,
keep Steph busy for sure.
yeah, Steph's like, what do I have to do now? No, you don't have to do anything for this.
Yeah.
Or, oh, wait, we need you to draw 75 pictures. And he's like, what?
I think it's amazing how many, like, a lot of negativity on the internet and social media, but like in this community, you foster this environment, you meet these like tight friends, your thickest thieves, Like I remember saying to Bill in Tucson, I said, I thought him and Sarah Humper's like all high school buddies, the way they would just banter and dig at each other back and forth. It's like, oh no, we just met online. Look cool. But
I love Sarah, and I love people with thick skin. You give them a hard time, and once they start throwing it back, I'm like, okay, that's my sort of thing. And life's too short. You gotta have some fun, and if you dig your friends a little bit, it makes the day go by a little bit. Make everybody smart. I mean, that's what it's about. And we'll appreciate those kids. Anybody you can just be real with and not be overly sensitive or overly you know, just not fun.
Yeah.
You want people crying when you talk to them?
No crying, making him cry is fun sometimes. Those are the people I don't like, and I love so.
Yeah, this is a very good crowd. It's pretty much comics and heavy metal. That's the gist of this whole weekend,
Absolutely.
and even your audience. I mean,
But yeah, my audience, and I don't see my audience as just audience. They are fans, but they are friends, and first and foremost, they end up being.
that's not going straight to me. I mean,
And I've made amazing amount of friends through comic creation and the comic community. So I am so blessed, so grateful because, like, yeah, I don't think I've been more supported than I have been in comics, and it's amazing. And I'm not surprised. So
yeah. I know, and it's like a layperson. The layperson, like, oh, you think? I mean, if you don't read comics, it's not your thing. A layperson's like, okay, comics, oh, Batman, Superman, oh, that's a little kids thing, That's like, but that's not the case, especially in the indie world, the Kickstarter world. I mean, Naughty Faeries Stripper Assassins. I'm sorry,
not a
my kids aren't reading that. I'm sorry.
please don't make trickles in the
But that's what we got Luna for.
That's what Luna's house is for.
It's a really cool thing. Like even at the time I met you, they just sitting there at Tucson, sitting off the blue thing at community, and you come by and you shoot with the breeze about whatever, and like you look up, it's an hour later, I have to go. And I don't even remember what.
I don't either.
Right?
We're just chilling.
All right.
Yeah, because the first Theme Fest, I met Wendy, but not you. And then we friend each other on Facebook. And I remember the 2022 was like, oh, Bill. And I was like, I mean, even though I'd never met you in person, it was like, oh, yeah, that dude. We talk online, boom, boom, boom. It's like, even though that connection was always there, even though the in-person part wasn't,
Right. And I find with the comic community, I think I'm closer with people in the comic community online first before I meet them. So when I meet them in person, it's so natural and it's forced and it's very comfortable. Yeah, the comic community has been amazing.
Oh, she got a sign. Okay, Sarah Hupler had a David Harrigan Lady Nancy's tattooed on her leg, and she just got the autograph tattooed on it.
So she's gonna go get it done.
Yeah. And me, on a whim, I actually got Sun Case autograph on my arm. I'm sitting there getting my book signed by Mike McLean. That's a beautiful signature. I go, it is. It's kind of an Asian style. I'm like, that would make a great tattoo. And I was like, hey, it's your idea, Mike. Thank you. He's like, I didn't do it. And I say, son, I have a weird question for you. I say, can you sign my arm to get a tattoo? She's like, yeah, sure. So that's like around 11:15, then 12 o'clock, boom, ink time.
Nice. It turned out great.
It did.
That's really good.
Because shout out to Josh Grimsey, having a tattoo artist here is awesome. Like, I thought it was so cool, but I was like, that's cool. I was thinking, that's cool, but man, I don't want to get a huge piece because then you're missing out on all this,
Right.
It's like a catch-22.
Yeah, but
yeah. And plus, it was cool.
Minutes. So.
Let's say, because like when I go to Comic Con, my buddy Lawless, he's here. We always have a system in place. Like, if we go to Output, okay, we'll go the first night it's light. We'll scout the vendors. Okay, who's signing what at what time? What celebrities are here? Last time we went by 11 a.m. Saturday morning, we were done. Okay, let's go get lunch. We'll come back at 2 for whatever panel,
Yeah.
And here, that was my concept. Everyone went to the shop. I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab Sun K. I'm going to grab Mike McLean. I'm going to boom, boom, boom. And you saw me walking back and forth. Stack 1, sign, boom, get back, stack 2. And then
that's the way to do it.
By noon, I was getting tattooed. 12:50, I was on the bus to go to HQ, and then new HQs. I thought the last one was insane. This one, have you been yet?
No, we're going at 3. What time is it?
3:50. It's in like 20 minutes.
So in 20 minutes, we get to go check it out. That's so exciting.
Dude, it is insane.
I'm excited.
You thought the old bar was cool. Oh my God. This one.
Oh, I bet it's gorgeous. I know people are like trying not to spoil it before we go, but yeah, I've heard it's just.
I do miss the old entrance with let you walk the gates of hell. You don't have that going on, but everything else more makes up for it.
That's wonderful. I'm so excited.
So right now, you're fulfilling the poker deck right now. Do we have any? What's the next? Any of the launch dates for any other projects?
Well, Gobblers 2, I think we're looking at the end of March or April. Right now, it's being drawn out because I really am a big believer in having it done before you launch.
Yeah. As backers, we love that.
That's important to me, is having it finished before we even.
Well, let me preface this for people who don't know. So Kickstarter, basically, I guess on paper, how it works is like, okay, you launch your project, comic book, or you're making a purse or your handbag or whatever your product is. You launch your your people back your product, you reach your goal, boom, you go to work. That's just on paper. But a lot of creators, such as Wendy, such as Brian Polito, Coffin Comics, they'll have the project done and say, basically, the project is done on launch. All your money is doing is just going to fund the printing process.
It's going to printing and distribution.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons, like I said, I like to do as much in-house as I can, because one, it speeds it up. I'm not waiting on anybody else. If there's a delay, it's on my end. It's something I'm doing wrong, and I'm proud of it.
Because I'm not going to name names here.
Pointing names at, well, this printer's not doing this. I mean, the sticker company ran out of stickers. This company isn't doing posters anymore. No, we worked hard.
Well, it's all in-house Wendy, so you can't go late.
Right. It's a much better way to go back to figure out what this is actually going to cost you to what you need to fund this project. It extra $3,000 to do it. Obviously, that you use $3,000 to actually make these books and ship. So doing it the other way, you can get in trouble. If you make your funding goal 1,500, and you get the 1,500, and you run into production costs or whatever that it costs you 2,500, you're losing. So the goal for Kickstarter.
How is shipping for you guys? Because I know, like, I was a big eBayer in high school or in college, but I look now at what it costs. Like, it's at least $8 just to ship like a single book, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's.
Yeah,
I mean, the economy. Not just recently, but I would say the past like 4 or 5 years, everything's gone dramatically up.
The prices of shipping have gone up tremendously. But I really look for. I'm always comparing prices. So sometimes it's cheaper to ship flat rate. Sometimes it's cheaper to ship by ground advantage, which used to be first class, but not medium mail. Medium mail, they can open your packages. It takes 2 weeks. And it really is not supposed to be comics. It's supposed to be educational materials that could ship or text.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was thinking. I'm thinking old school DVD, VHS, like CDs. That's what
you can ship those, but you can't. You really shouldn't be shipping comics in it, because medium mail was not designed for that because of the advertisements. Because it's not supposed to be anything with advertisements in it. They get shipped for everyone.
I'm not sure of the specific rules, but we don't like comic books, that's for sure. That's not.
And if you live in a condo complex like me, medium mail is not friendly. They'll try to shove that thing in the little tiny little slot in your mailbox. So I'm like, are you kidding me, guys?
They're not because it's not insured, for one thing. It can be open at any time. There's just a lot of problems with medium mail, and a lot of creators use it because it's cheap. The problem is cheap doesn't mean better.
Yeah. And there goes your quality control. You put together a great book, a great product, but then it goes to hell when the post office beats the hell out of it.
Right. So take care of your stuff when you're surfing.
I wish certain backers were listening right now, or not backers. I'm sorry, certain creators. Because I'm not gonna name names, but I know a certain creator. Like, he's a big name. The project kind of went off the rails, and he got into a big contract doing to another company, and we're waiting 4 years. I'm like, dude, you're a freaking millionaire. Wendy's a school teacher. Her shit took 2 months to get to me.
And I like you before folks.
Yeah. And parent conferences.
And parent conferences.
No, but I see like everyday people like you, like Tom Hutchison, Louise from Codex. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head, but
you got CB
Zane.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen Carey, they've been doing their projects. I mean, they're doing their weekly stuff, and their stuff's out within 2 days.
You know what? Creators way more than I do, but you have Merc Magazine and Black Ops. Are they separate? Are they kind of the same? Because I know they're pretty quick. Both of those companies. Okay, both those companies, whether or not they're I guess newer, but they crank it out and they're boom. They're a good example. I'm trying to. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add? So I know you guys got a bus to catch, so I don't want to keep you too long.
Good. I had a lot of fun.
This is awesome. We're going 40 minutes. I'm like, holy crap! I didn't think. I'm like, I'm eating 200 people's time. They have a flight tonight.
No, I'm glad we're able to.
But real quick, let's do the plugs real quick. Let's do the Facebook groups, the social media. Let's do it all.
So you can find me at Wendy and Bill Shaner on Facebook. You can find me at Naughty Faeries on Facebook.
There's a group and a Facebook page.
Yeah, I have a link tree, which is Linktree at Naughty Faeries. And then I have Lunatales. I have naughtyfaeries.com and lunatales.comics.com.
Yeah. And she sells web store through naughtyfaeries.com. Right. And of course the Kickstarters.
Right. And then the Kickstarters. And you can just Google Naughty Faeries and you will find me. Naughty Faeries, and it's FARIES.
Yeah. Because I remember the first couple times I was talking to you, I kept misspelling. I was like, I'm such an idiot.
That's all right. No, but if you Google me, Naughty Faeries comes up, and you can find the web store. You can find us on all the social media, because it's Instagram And Twitter is Naughty Faeries.
Yeah. I said more and more artists coming, like not just Stephen Carriani, like Courtney Rose, Alan Cara.
Oh, yeah.
Take a second for you, the regulars you have.
Oh, for
Harrigan, obviously, yeah.
April
Rankin Cade.
Yeah.
What's her name escapes me? She was a local artist, friend of yours. She did that pirate print for me.
Oh, Christina Haggis.
Yes, because I remember you displaying your print that one day. I was like, "Oh, is that an add-on? Is that I said no, I can add on your package." Like, cool. So,
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
yeah.
No, and our Naughty Fairy community keeps growing, and our artists, our artist list keeps growing. I've got Lorenzo's Fernanda.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's working.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I have Pierangela Boo, who just did the last Naughty Fairies, the 6.
And you were a lot of people's first books too. Like, what was that girl from Australia? I think she did Naughty. Yes, number 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did colors for the second one. I think you were her first actual cover, right?
Yes, she did her first line photo. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I love giving the artists an opportunity to sign his names.
Yeah. I'm a big Courtney Rose fan. Everyone knows that.
Yes, everybody knows that. We all know who loves Courtney.
Because I know what Naughty Fairies deal was going to give you. Your deal was way better, honestly. But I wanted to do the Brock Lesnar shirt instead of I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a Courtney Rose guy. That was going to go with that one.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
No, but speaking of Courtney, I'm gonna give her some press here. I've never done a blank before, right? And I already got a hold of her. I got a Lamorta blank for this campaign. Not just so we can pick it up from this event. She's gonna do a Lamorta custom for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great.
So hopefully we can hook that up and show it to Brian. That can hopefully be a resume piece or something.
That'd be great.
But we'll wrap this up. I know you guys are the bus sketch.
Thank you so much.
Again, thank you for coming on.
It's Mike.
All right, take it. Bill, it's good to have you.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
Always, man. Anytime. Take care.
Bye, guys.